I am Mark Egly with the Bogey Brothers here on 1700 ESPN Out of Bounds with Andy Garman and Larry Kotler. Last Thursday, April 26th, we had a number of questions, and the first one came from Andy Garman himself, talking about what would a player do early in the year if they hadn't played yet. And I want to do a couple simple things here to show you. Simply, we want to let our belt buckle turn back about 45 degrees, get our arms back, and get the feeling of letting the arms drop and the forearms roll through the impact zone. I do these little drills when I warm up, and I really ask my serious tournament players to do this at the beginning of each spring, that we get the backswing on the right spot and let the left forearm rotate through properly by the time it gets to the waist. We also do it with the right arm. And I'm just going to simply take a couple wedges here and first do it facing away from you so you can see the flight of the golf ball. In simple motion, hope you can see that it's flying straight, and I've got into this position. Now I'll do another, this one with just the right arm, just to let my backswing be consistent of a 45-degree turn with the belt buckle and comfortable to the top. And the same motion. Now, to turn sideways so you can see what this looks like from this angle. Feet together. I always go through small step, big step. Taking the club back calm. And getting the left forearm to rotate and let the eyes look at the shot. And the same thing where I can put my left hand behind me, get back and just feel like I'm calm and comfortable here so I can drop and roll. And for right-handed golfers, Larry from Indianola called us with a question too, and we're going to talk about pressure with the right index finger next. But right now in this swing here, I want to get the feeling I'm like a third baseman, pick up the ball, keeping the right shoulder back so I can toss it through and let it relax. Andy, thanks for your question last week, and I hope that gives the viewers a chance to see how can they improve their golf game early in the season when they haven't played very much. Thank you. Hello to another edition of Out of Bounds with the guys from the Bogey Brothers, Larry Kotler, Andy Garman, and myself here on ESPN 1700 AM in Des Moines, Iowa. And weekly, we're having callers call in, and instead of just answering your calls on the radio, we're going to do this little video segment. And this week, Dave from Indianola called and asked an incredibly great question on grip pressure and holding on to the golf club throughout the swing. In baseball and golf, I want all of my players to be able to roll over, and that phrase I've been known for 35 or 40 years, roll them and fold them, for two reasons. It enhances performance because of giving you more maximum force during the swing, and it also helps you avoid injuries. And nothing worse than I hate hearing someone say, boy, I have a pain in my neck over here, or over here in my hip here, or my elbow, or my shoulder's hurting. The players that are rolling and folding are utilizing maximum force better than their opponents. And now, the part about how to hang on to the club. If you are right-handed, I want you to feel like you're putting a ton of pressure on in this little area of the grip. One of our famous scientists said energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred. So when I stand up here and I get up to this position, can you see the massive amount of force that I can put on from right here? The whole body is transferring the power down to the club head and through. So that's why we get this motion here of propelling through. And I'm a huge proponent of keeping the right shoulder back so your right arm can elongate right at the ball so that you can achieve maximum force. If I try to do this with the left arm, this bag is out here all the time. And so if a caller or a viewer doesn't believe this, come out here and try to knock that over with your left arm or try to knock it over with your hips. But I know I can take my right hand and bang that over. So this is where your force is coming from. If I hear a story that somebody's hand is coming off the club, it's because of the massive amount of force that is propelling forward. And if you want to join the club of players that I know that can blast it 300 yards, all the younger guys, and then the rest of us that are maybe over the age of 35 or 40 that would like to hit it farther, we need to get control of this right index finger and learn how to transfer the power properly onto the golf ball or the baseball or the softball, whether it's tennis or hockey. Knowing how to transfer the power and get maximum force is the key to the game of golf, and you don't have to be one of the 90% of the people that slices the golf ball their whole life. Please tune in every week to Andy and Larry at 12 noon on Thursdays on ESPN 1700. Call in with your questions and we'll feature you right here. Thanks again, and we'll see you next week.